Bakovia used to be a star among cities. Historic, wealthy, and bustling with new businesses. That star's been dying for a while. Crime's on the rise, and with war brewing and the government tightening their grip, it's no surprise we're restless. Police might be keeping people safe, but there's only so much we can do about the seedy underbelly. With a prohibition, lawbreakers, criminals, and your everyday civilians are all forced into the same watering holes. Usually, it'd be my job to bust this place. But, maybe we can help one another. This place is more useful open. Especially when I have someone a lot more dangerous to catch than a few drunks. Ah, it looks like your first customers are arriving. Let's see if you can loosen their tongues. I'll be waiting, bartender. Don't let me down.
Welcome back, everyone, to Miss Azrael's Gaming. And if that opening movie didn't tell you enough about it, this is Best Serve Cold. And this is a demo I found on Steam when they were doing their showcasing of their demos of upcoming games. And this one was right up my alley. Murder mystery, and you are serving drinks as well. And so you have to work with the detective. From what I understand, you work with the detective by getting information, helping people loosen up, serving drinks, getting to know them, and passing along that information to the detective. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, the case 0, the last drop. Okay, Monday. Okay, in a bad mood. So it says, a Vincent Florer. The hazy overhead lights in your speakeasy buzz to life as the bookshop above you closes for the day. The bookshop owner and your landlord, Vincent Florer, takes a seat at the bar and begins mumbling to himself. What a day. Tesseran literature is providence bound in leather, but to my customers, my books may as well be doorstops. Okay, everything all right, Mr. Florer? Stay quiet. Let's ask if everything's all right. Clearly not. If I ordered a cart of fools and received just one of my customers, I would have gotten my money's worth. Okay, and that also seemed to boost our relationship. We both know why I'm here. I need a drink, so dazzle me. Oh, I can do the dazzling. I'm a skilled drink maker. I have worked at a cyberpunk bar. I've worked in a coffee shop. I've worked in a tavern. Sir, I have you. Okay, so what would you like? This evening, a popular mixed Eastern Ruby should hit the spot. So it says some days your customers will be in a bad mood. This can also be caused by serving them a ruined drink or by choosing dialogue options that upset or anger them. When a customer is in a bad mood, it is shown here in the bottom left. Thankfully, serving a customer their favorite drink will lift their spirits and cure their bad mood. Press the drink serve button in the bottom right to start making Vincent a drink. Customers will usually avoid discussing unpleasant topics when in a bad mood. You'll have to cure it before you can interrogate them. As you get to know your clients better, make sure to learn what their favorite drink is. You can always ask them what they like to get a hint. Okay, so it says you lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Vincent perks up. Let's see if we can cheer you up. That's the spirit. Okay, Vincent loves the Eastern Ruby, and we want to lift his spirits and cure his bad mood. So let's select Eastern Ruby in the list to start making his favorite cocktail. To successfully mix a drink, you will need to add all the necessary ingredients to the shaker by passing through them with the arrow, following along the lines in the direction it is pointing. Okay, this is a different way to do it. Once you start following the path, you will need to keep up the pace as a red arrow will start following you. Make sure it doesn't catch up with you before you reach the end of the path, or the drink will be ruined. Okay, so how do we direct it? We have to pull it. Okay. Okay, it took me a few minutes. I was like, wait, do I need to use the keys? Do I have to pull it? Okay, so we did it. And that red line picks up speed. Okay, Eastern Ruby. Well done. Vincent is no longer in a bad mood, and he's even gained more affection towards you. The more a customer likes a certain drink you give them, the more their affection towards you increases. Their favorite drink will reward the most affection. Customers will not appreciate being served a bad drink. If you fail to properly mix a cocktail, customers will be displeased, and you'll lose all but one action for the remainder of the conversation. Okay, so it looks like we've got 4 altogether. Did improve. He's in a good mood. Is this like a... Wonder what this is. Maybe it depends on the drink or something. Oh, indicates how intoxicated. This was wondering if it was intoxication. But they had the glasses on there, so I was unsure. So he's about mid. And then this is affection. So it indicates how well you were liked by the customer. 25, 50, 75, 100. Ooh, profiles and customers. Okay. You know me too well. This is my absolute favorite. When I was looking for a bartender to run this place, I hoped for someone as good as you, but didn't expect it. Especially with your background. This place could have become naught but a cloudy moonshine and rough customers, yet you are already proving to be more than that. Supply lines for alcohol are fraught, so you'll have to adapt your drink menus to circumstance. But a recent shipment of vodka from Rusalka came into my possession, and as such, some old classic cocktails are on the menu once more. Lucky me, I suppose. Anything else? Ah, yes, I nearly forgot. A friendly warning, perhaps? My favorite gentleman's club is abuzz with chat about a crackdown on speakeasies. My companions have warned me that the local constabulary is looking to make an example of the flagrant lawbreakers. Lawbreakers? I suppose that's what we are now. We've opened a bar during a prohibition, even if that prohibition is ridiculous. The law is the law, and what's legal and what's right are not always the same. The people of Tessara would not exchange freedom for safety. What if we get raided? It's unlikely they would target my establishment, and I have friends in the constabulary, but you should take precautions nonetheless. Try not to irritate anyone who might incriminate us, and don't compromise on drink quality. I'd imagine most speakeasies are brought down by dissatisfied customers with loose tongues. I'll be careful. Good. You see, there's a reason I bring all this up. Vincent reaches into his inner coat pocket and pulls out a folded newspaper. He spreads it on the bar top so that you can read the heading. I cannot read. Speakeasy guest found dead. In the early hours of the morning, the body of an as of yet unidentified young woman was found in the alley off the Brukavov Boulevard. Brukavov police has since released a statement confirming that the crime took place outside a speakeasy and that the proprietors, as well as several guests, have been detained for questioning. This murder is almost certainly the latest in the string of crimes committed on and around the boulevard by the so-called Brukavai killer. I know they pronounced that early on, but I cannot say it for the life of me. Citizens are urged not to attend these illegal establishments for their own safety and to inform local law enforcement if they suspect any illegal activity is taking place. Don't get too bothered by all this tittle-tattle. I'm certain these murders are fabricated by the puritanical bureaucrats on the city council. Doesn't that seem like a conspiracy theory? Fabricated? Let's go with that. I believe so, yes. With the prohibition in full force, perhaps the politicians created a serial killer boogeyman to keep people out of the speakeasies. It's just like the old fairy tales about demons in the woods, the claws of the strigoi snatching the unwary and pulling them into the darkness. He takes a long sip of his drink and sets it down on the table, his fingers nervously rattling on the glass. A murder at a speakeasy doesn't mean visiting one is dangerous, but I wonder if those who indulge in tabloid rumors can grasp that fact. I imagine the authorities will be paying closer attention to venues like ours. They think we offer safe haven to vagabonds and scoundrels, but all we want is to kindle the dying flames of conversation. Imagine their surprise when they see the depth and breadth of a fine gentleman and ladies who will frequent our establishment. But heed my words, friend. Be on your guard. Okay, I will be on my guard for what? Well, let's just ask. We're on Brookavoy Boulevard, so the locals are a mixed bag. Consider the customers carefully. My friends especially are people of culture and arts. There's no doubt in my mind that some shady characters will show up, but I'd imagine most will be harmless. I'd hope so anyway. A mix of high and low society makes for a good blend. Honey and lemon, wine and cheese crackers, that sort of thing. Jokes aside, do be careful, bartender. I've invested a lot of money in this place, and while it's yours to use, I don't expect to be sweeping up eyeballs and teeth at the end of the night. Understood? One more thing. We both know this is your last chance. I went out on a limb to give you this opportunity, and I've turned a blind eye to your past troubles. Make sure those troubles stay in the past, and you keep your nose clean. Interesting. I wonder what our past is. I get it. If you follow my rules, you'll be under my protection, and I promise I'll keep you safe. One hand washes the other. We have a deal. Good, good. Thank you for the libations. I should return home. I hope business goes well tonight. Okay, in conversation, I have work to get on with. Okay, we'll say, see you, Vincent. I'm already liking what I'm hearing. Okay, so every day we'll bring a different group of customers to your speakeasy. It's a big place, so look left and right to check for any customers seated on the edges of the room. You can click on a customer to call them over for a chat at the bar. Let's try it out on this mysterious woman in the back. Energetic girl. The woman takes a seat. Okay, so she's in a good mood. Looking exhausted, she squints at you like she can't decide if you're a friend or foe. Rough day? You have no idea. Although you're on your feet all day serving people with too much money, so maybe you have some idea. Grundown Heights is fully booked, so me and everyone else in the laundry service are run off our feet. There's nothing like changing hotel bed sheets during a spice trader's symposium. Do you know how frustrating it is to have a fat, bald old man explain the logistics of a spice trading company and how it made him rich? And he's doing that while you change his sweaty bed sheets. I can guess. Sometimes I push my face into a pillow and scream so loud I feel like I'm going to crack the walls, but then I stop, and nothing has changed. It sounds like you need a drink. Yes, something that feels like being slapped in the face with a slice of lime. A slice of lime wrapped around a cricket bat. I trust your judgment. Okay, what flavor do you like? Right now, I'm craving something spiced. I trust your judgment. Okay, so lime and spiced. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. One drink coming up. I'm so excited. Okay, there are several indicators to the right of each cocktail that provides more information about the drink in question. Include whether your customer likes it or not. A question mark means you don't know yet how they feel about this cocktail, while a star means it's their favorite. Customers will also have drinks they like, which will be a plus sign, and ones that they feel neutral about, which is a negative. This information gets updated every time you serve a customer a new drink. Serving liked and favored drinks will improve your relationship with a customer faster than a neutral one. Okay, so the red, what do you want to call that, like squiggly mark, indicates the smoothness of a drink, which determines how long a customer is willing to stay and talk after being served. In other words, how many actions you'll be able to take during the following dialogue. Every new topic with an exclamation point you discuss will cost you one action. Once the action counter runs out, customers will leave the bar, so don't forget to serve them a drink whenever you talk to them. Customers can be called back as long as you have actions remaining, but can only be served once a day. Oh. So that sounds to me like you're going to have to pick and choose who you want to talk to, or like use an action on. Meanwhile, the lopsided division sign. Alcohol percentage, I guess that could be a percentage, but it looks like an upside, like sideways division to me. Shows how alcohol is a drink. The higher the percentage, the more intoxication the customer gets. More intoxicated the customer gets. Some questions will require a certain level of intoxication to loosen a customer's lips, but be careful. A customer that becomes inebriated will go home. Alcohol tolerance will vary from customer to customer. Now you know the power the bartender holds. The better your drink fits the customer's taste, the more affection you'll receive. You can also affect a customer's mood as well as how talkative they will be after you've served them. Now let's make her a drink, shall we? Okay, so a copper bullet, vodka, lime juice, ginger ale, ice cubes, mint, and lime slice. There we go. Oh, damn. This is perfect. Don't let me have too many of these. After a long shift, my brain is buzzing. I can't just go home with all this fuzz in my head. When the Prohibition closed the bars and clubs, everything else got more expensive. An opera ticket costs a month's rent. And with everything being so busy... Why is it so busy? Well, there's the Spice Merchant Symposium, but there's some big show going on as well. Everyone's wearing their fanciest threads. The women in those sparkling dresses and their heeled shoes. Looks like torture to me. Me too. You don't care about clothes? Should I agree or... I mean, it is the demo, so let's just say you don't care about clothes. At the hotel, I only see the clothes lying on the floor, stained with peppercorn sauce, coffee, nicotine, and worse. At least the folk going to the shows are clean. I guess I can clean up I clean up fewer wine stains now, so maybe the Prohibition isn't all that bad. She downs her drink, wiping her mouth for any spills. Whew. I'll take that as a compliment, feeling better. She closes her eyes and lets out a long, comfortable sigh. Yeah, I'm good. That really hit the spot. This watering hole is new, right? That weird old guy put me onto this place. The nightcap just opened, yes. How old? Let's go with this one. The Nightcap, huh? Funny name. Oh, I'm Clara, by the way. Mind if I just call you bartender? You don't seem too prissy about the type of customers you get. Gundren Heights has 3 hotel bars, but I didn't fit in any of them, even when they served booze. The staff bar was all drunken bellhops, the mid-bar was full of posers, and the Spire Lounge would charge me a fortune for just looking at the drinks menu. This place feels a bit more varied in its clientele. You got all sorts in here. We're all equal when we walk through these doors. Her smile is warm and she nods a little, like she just made her mind up about you. I can get on board with that. Good. Well, I should be heading back. I got Baritsu's sparring classes and a shift tomorrow. And if I don't get good sleep, both of those are going to beat the stuffing out of me. Take care. Okay, now that everyone has been spoken to, let's end the day by using the bell. Click the bell on the counter to signal all customers to leave and head home. You can also use it to end the day early when you don't feel like speaking to all the customers. Oh, I will be speaking to all of them. Okay, we're on Tuesday. Awkward gentleman. A new customer takes a seat at the bar. He takes a slow look around the room and then at you. He glances back at the entrance a few times, like he expects someone to sneak in after him. The man doesn't hesitate to tap the bar, demanding the attention you've already given him. What can I get you? How does this place work? Just like a regular bar, no butlers or whatever? I just want a drink. Anything in particular? I don't care, you choose. How does this place work? Just like, oh, regular bar, so it's the same thing, okay. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Ready to serve. Thank you. Okay, so he doesn't care what he gets. Pirate's Joy. Let's see. Femme Fatale. Wake Up Call, Cold Winter, Poison Drop, Mint Punch, Night Count, Evening Prayer. I don't know. He looks like a night count kind of guy to me. Only gives me 1 action point, though. Or smoothness with him, I mean. But I feel like he's that type of guy. You know, he looks like a detective, and you just... Looks like it'd be his type of drink. Flick out the bat. I was initially skeptical. We done got him inebriated. I was initially skeptical about the prohibition, but drinks this strong ludicrously prove it may have been the best decision. I'm sorry? You've probably guessed that I'm here for more than a drink. We have business. Business? He sets down today's newspaper, but rather than turning it as Vincent did yesterday, he instead lets the heavy page land with a thud. The headline reads, Latest Boukavai Boulevard Victim Identified. In a statement to the press this morning, Boukavai police finally released the name of the latest victim in the string of murders by the so-called Boukavai killer. The body of 24-year-old Natalie Reed, a native Tessarian and lifetime resident of Boukavai, was found yesterday in an unnamed alley off Boukavai Boulevard at 6 a.m. by local residents heading out for work. Police have since confirmed that the crime took place outside a speakeasy known as The Last Drop, which the victim, a junior accountant, was known to frequent in her off time to drink and gamble. The illegal business has since been shut down, resulting in several arrests. Police Commissioner Aldia urges the public to be careful and to come forward with any information that may aid the police in their ongoing investigation, as the perpetrator remains at large. Natalie Reed's family has declined to comment. Her employer, Mark Weaver, says only that he assumed she was just late again. Have you encountered anyone acting strangely at this establishment? Maybe you spring to mind. Not really. I mean, honestly, no. I doubt that. None. Really? There's a lot of unusual behavior around right now. Did you read the newspaper yesterday? Speakeasy guest found dead. And since you just served me alcohol, that would make this place... I was just making a drink for my new friend, a speakeasy. Now, as this is the demo, I'm going to go with that. I was just making a drink for my new friend. I knew he wouldn't like that. Obstinate. You have a chance to show me how cooperative you can be, and you're letting that chance slip away. He reaches in his pocket and pulls out a police badge. His name reads Constable Hugo Mertens. He waits a moment to make sure you understand the gravity of the situation. I'm investigating a series of murders that took place outside established speakeasies. Are you going to shut us down? Speakeasies are, at the moment, one of the only leads I have. I may never say this again, but your business needs to stay open. The killer is using locations like yours, so one of your patrons could be a killer. A killer? And you need my help? You'll be helping yourself. If your clientele keeps getting murdered, well, that's not great for business. For a time, your establishment has protection from me and from the rest of the constabulary. This place is no longer a bar. It's a hunting ground where I'll catch a killer, with your help. Okay, so we found a clue, The Last Drop. Your first assignment is to interview these drunkards and find out if any of them frequent that speakeasy where we found Natalie Reed. Do that, and I might just extend your time a bit longer so we can figure out who's behind all this. I'm guessing there's no opt-out. You drinking here is also illegal, right? I don't think I want to... I'm just going to go with there's no opt-out. I don't want to push him any further. And he shakes his head softly, then pulls the badge from the table and places it back into his inside pocket. I did my homework. I know who you are. Just think of it as this way. As a reformed citizen, you should be more happy to help out. I understand. You're holding it over me. Got it. Okay, I understand. You might not be too fond of the constabulary, but you have to be realistic. Right now, we want the same thing. I'll do it. Good. Any questions? Okay, why should I help you? What was my first task again? Let's move on. I mean, we already know these, so we're supposed to talk to the other patrons to figure out things. I wonder what toggles it. Okay, profiles. Uptype is seemingly well-meaning officer of the Rogueside police force who has enlisted you to be his assistant. He's not bad on the eyes either. Carasalo Hotel maid, whose rough edges and boisterous behavior hide a pleasant, caring personality. And Vincent Florer, a lover of literature and the owner of the Libraria, the bookshop on the Rogueside Boulevard that is located above your speakeasy. Okay, the murder of Natalie Reed took place near a speakeasy known as The Last Drop. It was closed down after the fact. Okay, and then this is how to make drinks. Current objective, try to find out who frequented the speakeasy where the victim Natalie Reed was last seen. Some of you new patrons may have visited before it was shut down. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, we know what we do. Let's just go ahead and move on. Okay, speaking with customers will provide you with clues about the current case. These clues can be reviewed in the notebook at any time. Using the shown clue button lets you present a clue from your notebook to the customer you're currently talking to, letting you ask them for more information or confront them with evidence. Presenting clues to customers is crucial to uncovering new evidence to solve your case. Helpful customers may be able to spot lies, provide new information, or provide an alibi. But be careful. Showing certain people confrontational evidence may just affect their mood. Okay, so you're part of this now. Time is short, and I expect something solid from you soon. This case is the highest priority, and you're on the clock. If we don't have the killer in 2 weeks, this gets kicked upstairs to the Confederated force. And if that happens, my career's in tatters and your bar is finished. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. 2 weeks to prove we're not children playing detectives. 2 weeks to save our careers and reputations. 2 weeks to make sure our streets are safe and save some lives while we're at it. No pressure, though. Pete Wagner. He looks like he's up to no good. Pete Wagner enters your bar. You recognize him by the scar on his cheek. It's been a while and you don't quite know if you're ready to see him again. He takes a seat looking you in the eye. You can't quite tell if he recognizes you. You hope he doesn't. Welcome to the Nightcap. Creative location for a speakeasy. The filth are looking for old bars opening up again, not basements owned by bookworms. Make me a real drink so I can forget all the weak cat piss they served in the stacks. If memory serves, you mix a good cocktail, though usually a bit sweet for my taste. Do we know each other? Miss me, Peter? Every day. Was crying myself to sleep on a pillow soaked through with tears. You feel the same, I imagine. Oh, you have no idea. Sure. He raises his eyebrows and shoves a few coins your way. Let's see how this new job of yours is working out, eh? Okay, any flavor I can work in there that you like? Going all sweet on me now? Well, I like a hint of coffee to go with my drink. Okay. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the bar. Peter leans low and his chin rests on the bar, the light catching the long scar on his cheek. His eyes twinkle as he looks up at you. Let's see if I can remember what you like. Let's see indeed. Okay, so he likes a hint of coffee, but he also doesn't like really sweet drinks. Okay, this one, wake up call, coffee liqueur. Sugar syrup. So he probably wouldn't like that one. He also doesn't look like the type of guy to drink like a drink out of a glass like that. We have vodka, coffee liqueur, cream, coffee powder, and ice cubes. So this has coffee liqueur and coffee powder. Triple sec. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I'm going to guess it's cold winter. I like the drink, how you make the drinks. It's a lot different than other games. Ooh, we might have hit it. See, he is tipsy. This career shift is starting to make sense. You have talent. So you're a bartender now. Okay, we also got a notebook update, Peter Wagner. Well, that's an odd one, but if you want to pull a curtain over your past, I'll go along with it. Peter's a criminal. More specifically, he's an enforcer for the feared crime lord Carla. But as long as you don't owe money, insult him, or spill his drinks, you should be fine. Strange how that face with the frightening scar can light up a room when he smiles, though it doesn't happen often. How can someone so dangerous be so charming? Thanks. Your rival speakeasies ain't too appealing. I can see why you're getting getting busier. The other places either turn away anyone without a duchy, or they hose the blood off the dance floor each night. The last drop was the only one I could appreciate it, but it was shut down a few days ago. And what's your job these days? What's a little blood to you? Maybe we should ask what his job is. My collar's blue, and I work with my hands a lot. Some of the other fellows in my line of work have a bit too much fun for my taste. You don't like your colleagues? I reckon my job ain't good or bad. It's neutral. Cause and effect and all that. What I do is a natural result of the system we all live in and the deals people make. I don't get it. It's neutral. I take no responsibility for what happens to folks I collect from. They knew the deal they was getting into when they took the money. But even though I don't feel bad for them, that don't mean I want to go drinking with gorillas like me who laugh about smashing open some indebted shopkeeper's skull. He takes a final long sip of his drink and sets the empty cup down on the table. You're not a complete monster. I'm just Peter, and I play my part without prejudice or pleasure. Like I said, cause and effect. And now, if you'll excuse me, this drink has had an effect on me, and I need to take care of that. Sure thing. We got a priest over here? I don't know if we need to show a lot of information right now. I would think that we need to kind of get to know everybody first, so kind of just like go through talking with them. An obscenely glamorous woman wipes the stool clean before gently sitting on it. I mean, Peter was sitting on it. I kind of get it. After a moment, she checks her lipstick in a pocket mirror before readjusting her coat. She leans forward to meet your gaze. Welcome. It's certainly cushy down here. To take this grand a place below a bookstore. How very Vincent. You know Vincent? Yes. He's the man who invited me. He probably mentioned I'd be showing up. He's quite the fan. Her nails tap rhythmically to some invisible music. You can't tell if she's waiting for you to say something particular. Vincent hasn't mentioned you. No, he must have. Carmine, Olivia. There's probably some kind of list I'm on. VIP kind of affair. I'm an actress / singer / radio host. If you haven't heard of me, you've certainly heard my voice. Her voice is silky and delicate like a silver bell. You don't mind listening to it, even though it drips with audacity. Oh, that Olivia Carmine. Yes, Vincent mentioned you. He's never mentioned you. Let's go with this one. Let's lie. I figured she'd like that. See, we all need a little push to jog our memory sometimes. Perhaps you heard about the time I saved a performance of Dandies and Dames at the Classic Grand? Maybe. The stagehand forgot to leave a prop gun on stage. I ended up singing bang bang noises to finish the performance. The audience loved it. The director went along with it. The show got middling reviews, but I was praised for my quick thinking and my coolness under pressure. Can I get you a drink? Are you buying, darling? Put it on my tab. I'll be here often. I eagerly await your performance, bartender. Okay, anything specific you fancy? Something fruity. I love tropical fruits in particular. Kate lifts a glass from the stack and places it in front of Olivia. She purses her lips, taking a long look at her nails beside the glass. Let's pour you something fabulous. Thank you, darling. My throat is absolutely parched. Okay, so she likes tropical fruits. Okay, there we go. Pirate's Joy. We got pineapple. Coconut. Just double check. Yeah, it's probably this one. Let's do Pirate's Joy. Astonishing, flawless, incredible, divine, absolutely brilliant use of everything. Inspirational, honestly. What a day. Oh, did I tell you about my radio career? She doesn't wait for an answer. Instead, she leans forward and curls her finger to pull you in close. Well, today, I spent the majority of my time reading contracts. I'm starting my own show, you see. Okay, so we got an update on her. Something daring, something bold, something that'll knock the socks right off my listeners. I'm calling it Calamine and Carmine. Classy, right? Chamomile and Carmine? I don't know. I mean, up to this point, you guys know that I have issues reading sometimes. Let's say absolutely. You're one of the first to hear about it, but, well, I suppose I let my mouth run when I'm a little tipsy, so more we'll find out soon. Picture me in my sultry voice, broadcast nationwide to the people of Tessara, even the poor folks who can't make it to my stage performances. I'm so excited. Congratulations. Good things happen to good people, you know. Sure. Olivia swirls the last bit of her drink and takes a long sip. She wipes her mouth with a tissue before setting the empty glass down beside your hand. Thank you for the drink. I will be back, though hopefully soon you won't have to wait too long to hear my voice. Kisses. With a slight stumble, she pushes herself up, winks at you, and takes her leave. See you soon. Okay, let's talk to the priest over here. Gloomy priest. How is he gloomy and in a good mood? A miserable-looking man sits down at the bar. A big cloud follows him. Once he has your attention, he peruses the drinks stacked behind you. What can I get you? I never understand all these names. Something strong, please. If I'm doing something wrong, I might as well do it right. Anything besides strong? Not really, just strong. Okay, so he doesn't give us any information. So you lift a clean glass from the tray and place on the table. He takes a short breath. What does the goddess want you to order? Just make me a drink quickly, and with fewer jokes. So something strong. So I'm assuming something with a large amount of alcohol content. So maybe like an evening prayer. I mean, gin, vodka, white wine, lemon slice, and it's 5%. Just like these. So we'll go with this one because it fits in being a priest. Goes down quite nicely. He shrugs, places the glass back against his lip, and downs the rest. When the glass is empty, he wags his fingers for you to refill it. How about we start with your name? You really don't know who I am. I'm Father Lacey, but you can just call me John. I'm a priest at the church up the road. You know this is alcoholic. We are permitted. Besides, how could the goddess resent a priest drinking in this city? Is it that bad? If you took confessions too, you wouldn't ask. Oh god, now he's in a bad mood. What do people confess? Everything you can imagine and more. I used to have faith in humanity. Here you go. Thank you. I'll be back soon. Godspeed, John. He downs the rest and stands up. Now that you can see him better, you notice the clerical collar that was tucked in. He tips his head and takes his leave. Okay, and that's everybody. So we'll ring the bell for the day. Okay, at the end of each day, you return to your home office where you can review your clues on the clue board and try to make new deductions. Besides structuring your thoughts, the clue board also has another very important function. Some clues can be connected to form new evidence. Spotted a contradiction or two pieces of evidence that tell you something about the same person or event? Try combining them. You can combine two clues by connecting their pins with red string. To place a clue you found on the board, simply click and drag them over from the clue list on the right. Clues on the board can be arranged as you wish to help you in your investigation. Okay, Peter mentioned that his favorite speakeasy, The Last Drop, was shut down recently. He had to find a new watering hole, which is how he discovered the nightcap. And then the murder of Natalie Reed took place near speakeasy known as The Last Drop. It's closed down after the fact. So these are kind of like together, aren't they? At any point, you can remove a clue from the board by dragging and dropping it back in the clue list. Should you feel a piece of information is no longer important. The two clues you have right now seem to be related, don't they? Let's try linking them together. Click on one of the pins, then drag the string to the other clue's pen and see what happens. Peter's street smarts. Peter frequented The Last Drop, the speakeasy where Natalie Reed's murder took place, before it was shut down. He should be able to tell me who else went there to drink, and if any of them visit the nightcap. Components: Peter's favorite speakeasy, The Last Drop. Congratulations, you have created a new clue combination. Combined clues are key to the investigation. Building a solid case will hinge on making these connections. Asking your customers about these new clues will often lead you to new insights as well. Not all clues can be combined, of course, but if you're ever stuck, try and see if there are any new deductions you can make. To proceed to the next day, click on the coat to the side of click on the coat rack to the side in the evening and go to the next day. Okay, we are on Wednesday. Oh, there's a lot of people here today. Well, look who's still open. In a world of dwindling light, you're a beacon in the night. I don't plan on closing anytime soon. Let's catch up just like the old days. Now, press the show clue button to open the notebook and present him with the new combined clue. Select the Peter Street Smarts clue to ask him for more information. Sure you want to present the Peter Street Smart clue to Peter? Yes. The story about the broad that got iced at the speakeasy? What about it? What do you think happened? You read the story. I'm sure the journos did a great job. They always do. Don't be like that. I want your opinion. You're fishing, and for what? I got nothing for you. You and me both know how this show plays out. The papers spin the same story. The holy-poly get all worked up, and ain't no one got the real facts, except for the ones who know to keep their mouths shut. And folk who say the city council are fabricating the killings, they got their heads screwed on wrong. Bulk of eye officials can barely patch a hole in the road, far less stage a murder. I know a professional job when I see one, and this ain't professional, but it was done by someone who has experience, someone who planned it out real careful, and who's done it before. Did you visit that speakeasy? Yes. And? Plenty of folk went there, so don't go making any inferences. You know where the line is. No need to see what happens if you step over. Who else went there? Hard to tell. It was a mixed crowd. Let me think. Alina Dragos, the type of rich blonde who don't want nothing to do with me. Last year she made it big thanks to her daddy winning the jackpot at a poker tourney. Elliot, the sour-faced alcoholic who popped in occasionally. If he was in school, I'd beat the snot out of him and take his milk money. I still might. And Killian Duran, the rich kid with the baby face and soft hands. You taking roll call. If this bartending gig doesn't work out, I suggest a job as an intrepid reporter. What you think of that, Scoops? All right, I was just curious. Let's catch up just like the old days. Okay, so when you don't feel like asking a customer any further questions, you can always press the hand button, the leave button in the bottom right to exit the conversation. Regardless of how many actions you have left, however, you still have questions for Peter. You can simply continue your conversation. Okay, maybe we should give him a drink. You lift a glass from the tray and place it on the bar. Peter leans low and his chin rests on the bar, the light catching long scar on his cheek. His eyes twinkle as he looks up at you. A drink, Peter? Maybe just one. You don't want my you don't want my lips loosening. Who knows what I'll say? Okay, so he liked the cold winter, so let's give him another one of those. That's his favorite drink. Maybe I do want those lips loosening, Peter. Okay, makes sense. You have talent. Let's catch up just like the old days. Okay, so, do you know anything about Natalie Reed? So between us, I assume you never went legit. How's work these days? Let's ask about Natalie. Shame about her accident. Her murder? Murder, then. I saw her here and there, and I reckon it's real odd that she got iced. Why odd? She didn't seem like the victim type, you know? The victim type, really? Can you elaborate? He tilts his head for a moment, and you see his eyebrows shift, giving you a knowing look. She was confrontational, fearless. Most people are intimidated by me, but she brushed me off. She brushed off my employer a few times, too. Usually the ones that end up victims are the ones who don't fight back. Even drunk, she'd probably put up a good fight. Really? I reckon so. Killed from behind, right? Whoever stuck her probably thought they couldn't take her in a fight. The police or whoever's holding your leash should be looking at cowards. That's what you should be investigating. Wait, how do you know the police got my leash? Who says I'm investigating? You're asking a lot of questions. People with our background know better. No one ever got iced for asking too few questions. You're right. Hey, if you got someone pulling your chain, I get it. Someone holding something over you, I guess. Maybe. Don't be coy. We go way back, so I get it. Right. Okay. Let's say. So between you and me, I assume you never went legit. Let's both assume I'm not in the mood for this conversation right now. Ask me again when your words are sweet as the booze. I can't give him another drink, though, can I? I'm assuming he'll come back and we'll get more affection from him, because let's say, how's work? Good, although I'm being real careful who I talk to these days. Trust is hard-earned. You feel the same? Sure. I'll be straight with you when the time is right, but we ain't as close as we used to be. Let's take things slow. I do. Well, I won't go home, but I can't stay here. Make sure you don't get in any mischief while I'm gone. That's my job. Will do. Oh my goodness, there's so many people to talk to. That could be this might be the group he was talking about. Let's start with him, though. He's in a bad mood. Oh, he's an office worker and he's in a bad mood. Okay, I changed my mind. I don't want to deal with him. A moody-looking man sits down. He takes a deep breath and hunches over the bar, avoiding eye contact. Long day? Every day is the same length. Can I get a cocktail? Sure. As your hand moves to grip a glass, he holds his palms up, stopping you. Wait. Please make sure it's a clean glass. All our glasses are clean. I'm sure, but I've had bad experiences, smudges and such. One glass, no smudges. Good, I'll have that cocktail. I am waiting. Okay, do you have any particular flavors you enjoy? Nothing too fruity. I don't like seeds or pith in my mouth. Maybe something minty. Okay, so no fruits that have seeds and minty. You lift a clean glass from the tray and take it and place it on the table. The man closely inspects it and gives a reassuring nod. Coming right up. Hope it's good. Okay, so he likes mint. This has mint. This has mint. Okay, so we've got two. We have the mint punch and the copper bullet. Was that the one? Okay, so this is lime. That could get lime seeds. So this is sugar syrup, white rum, mint leaf, ice cube, soda, lime slice. That could do it as well. Let's try the mint punch, since he specifically said he something mint. It's got it in the name, so. I mean, but technically the lemon and the limes have seeds in them, so maybe I should have went with the other one. I don't know. That's a nice drink. Clean glass, crisp taste. You watch him down the rest. When the glass is empty, he wipes it carefully with his sleeve, making sure to clean the rim where his lips were. That's weird. Are you a big drinker? There's not much else to do in Rogueside. To be honest, I'm not usually out on days like these, but my date got canceled. Are you open the whole weekend? We are. Good. That's when I usually need a drink. I'm Elliot, by the way. I live a few streets over. Nice to meet you, Elliot. Can I get you another drink? No. I should head home. Thanks a lot for the drink. I'll be back soon. See you then. Yeah, so it seems like once we meet somebody, we just have like an initial greeting conversation and stuff. We don't ask any questions. Okay, so let's start over here. Blonde lady. A young woman sits casually at the bar. Before she says a word, she looks at the list of drinks on the wall behind you, a tad confused. Evening. Hello. Well, what can I get you? I don't know what I'm feeling today. I want something strong, but I'm also craving something sweet. What can you do? I can try and help you make up your mind. That'd probably help. Okay, let's roll the dice. Surprise me. Okay, what do you like again? I want something strong, but I'm also craving something sweet. Okay, so something strong and something sweet. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Let's make you something nice. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so strong and sweet. Okay, this has sugar syrup. Sugar syrup. Sugar syrup. Which could be the strong as well. With the coffee and stuff. poison drop. So I'm leaning between the wake-up call and the Eastern Ruby. And I'm assuming by strong, they mean percentage of alcohol in it. Let's try the Eastern Ruby. Well, I definitely don't hate it. Thanks. So it could be neutral for her, but have you been open long? Not particularly. I thought this place seemed new. Below a bookshop, too. I used to come here to buy books when I was a kid, whenever my father gave me pocket money. Either way, consider me sold, I guess. How'd you afford somewhere on the boulevard? Vincent owns the place out. We'll say Vincent owns it. Right. Anyway, I'm Alina Dragos. Okay, that's who I thought it was. I brought a few friends along, and we were already a bit tipsy, if you haven't noticed already. She didn't have to tell you that. They reek of booze. You hide it well during a prohibition? You hide it well. Yeah, we found a bottle in the basement, and we're celebrating our friend's birthday. Anyway, I'm gonna go look for my friends. I hope they haven't wandered off. Take care. You too. Before he even sits down, you can tell this young man has an attitude. He frowns at the bar, his seat, the drink selection, then you. You wish you weren't so good at handling men like him. You've had more experience than you wish for. He looks your way when he sits down. When you don't immediately give him attention, he taps the table twice. What can I get you? Surprise me. Give me some hints. Well, I'm a big fan of rum, I think. You think? You watch him try to get comfortable in his seat. He looks over his shoulder at the three girls he came in with, then regards you with an urgent look in his eyes. You're the bartender, so tend bar and serve me something. I don't drink too much, and my parents are into wines, not cocktails. I can handle that. Thank you. All right, pour away. Okay, so he thinks he likes rum. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Let's get you something nice. Don't keep me waiting now. But he also mentioned his parents drink wine. So maybe I should do the Eastern Ruby with him. There's a white wine. I wonder if I should get him something with rum. Or go with the wine clue. Because I could just make him an Eastern Ruby. Let's try this one. Let's try the wine as the clue. Because he's not sure on the rum. And I mean, like I said before, this is the demo, so if I get it wrong, when I come back and play the full thing, I can give him rum. Oh, this is far too rich for my blood. Ease off on the alcohol. Sorry, my hand slipped. I'm Killian. You might have met my parents at some point. The Durans? Might have. Don't think so. Might have. You might have met a doctor with that surname, though it's fuzzy. Fine people, though I suppose as private doctors, perhaps a bit out of your price range for healthcare. With that, he pays, turn around, and goes to sit back at the table. Dude, what an ass. Now I'm glad I put too much alcohol in your drink. The young, well-dressed woman sits at the bar and waits. She doesn't seem the happiest, but as soon as you look at her, she puts on a smile and leans on the bar. Oh, what can I get you? I don't really know, if I'm honest. Too many options. How about I choose? I'd appreciate that. I feel a bit out of my depth here. Something light, though. I have work in the morning. I'm looking forward to trying anything you make for me. Any flavors you're fond of? May sound a bit odd, but tomato. I'm looking forward to trying anything you make for me. Okay. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place on the table. Let's make something nice. Many thanks. Okay, well that's easy. There was one right here, tomatoes. This one has tomato juice. It's the only one that has tomato, I'm pretty sure, so we'll go with this one. The femme fatale. I'm wondering if we get more drinks at some point. That's lovely. Thank you. Places like this are fascinating to me. I'm not used to all this. You're as welcome as anyone. She tilts her head as if she's wondering whether to agree or not. I keep thinking the constabulary will arrest me any moment. If my friends were caught, they would pay a fine, but I'd end up in jail. I understand. Yes. Yes, I think you do. I'm Maria Papa, by the way. I'm here with my friend Alina. Speaking of, I should probably go back there. I wouldn't want to miss out on another story from Wendy about how her butler is getting fat and her swimming pool is too big. Good luck. You see her put on a smile, grab her drink, and make her way over to the table. A woman sits down at the bar. Her eyes are piercing, and she scans the room, then you, taking everything in. She's dressed up with diamond earrings, a pearl necklace, and a coat that could be mink. What can I get you? This place is as charming as it is easy to find. When Elena mentioned a speakeasy on the boulevard, I can't say I expected this. Money's flooded into the Rogueside Boulevard and washed away the dirt, but some of the character too. However, it seems to have flowed past this venue without impact. I can't tell if that's a compliment. I'm confused. Do you like it here? I do, yes. I'm Wendy Brooker. You might have heard of my father. You haven't, but she says it with enough confidence that you feel like you should. Well, I don't think you'll need to ask around too much to know my reputation. Impeccable. And if you stay on my good side, I'll even think of an endearing nickname for you. Okay, do you want a drink? Don't make me beg. What does a lady like you drink? Something strong enough to make everyone look just a little more fabulous, but not too much. Don't make me beg. Okay, so she wants something strong, but not too strong. That's not helpful at all. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place on the table. Let's see if I can impress you. A difficult task, but nothing is impossible, darling. So she wants something strong, but not too strong. I gave that guy this one, and it had 5 in it, and he seemed to, say it was a lot. But he's also not used to it, so... I wonder if I should make her the femme fatale, too. It fits all her coloring. She's red everywhere. Red dress, red hair. She had red eyes. Could do the poison drop. I'll give her this one. I feel like she thinks of herself as a femme fatale, too. A twist, not bad, but too many of these and I'll get bored. I'll take this back to my table now, darling. Enjoy. Okay, so we went through everyone, but they haven't, like, officially left, so I don't know. Let's see. Hello, hello. What does a girl need to do to get a drink around here? Evening, Elena. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Okay, here we go. Who are the people you came with? What brings you to speakeasy? Anything you do in your spare time? How are you finding your time here? What do you know about Natalie Reed? Let's ask about our friends first. Okay, so, I don't particularly like the Nouveau Rich or the Oldo Rich. Killing is sweet, but painfully innocent. Wendy has her moments. The only person I really want around me is Maria. What do you socialize with them? Or why do you socialize them? What's so good about Maria? She's just the most down-to-earth person. I've known her for most of my life. The others, though, why do you socialize with them? Because they're useful. The wealthy don't see us as people, we're tools, so I've sort of adopted that mindset. but you're rich. You're not getting it. I was born poor. That stain stays with you. For Killian, he was born middle class, so he's closer to home. I might be wealthy now, but I didn't come into money through gem mining or property or any aristocratic aunt gambling. My father's money now, but all that means is that he has more to lose, and gamblers always lose in the end. If I don't integrate myself with these people, maybe even shack up with one of them, I will have nothing again. I'll be nothing to them. In the grand scheme, I'm a blip, a momentary fleeting thing in these people's lives. I've got to hook them in, get them invested, and eventually probably marry one if I want to keep this lifestyle. I just wish I could, I don't know, trust them a bit more. Some of them are decent, I think, but I know where I came from, and I know I won't go back. That has to be my focus. It's quite the plan. I'm a chess player. Planning ahead is what I do. It still seems a bit cynical. You mean pragmatic. Seeing how quickly people changed the way they treated me the moment I got money left me a little jaded, I suppose. On good days, I think my new friends aren't like that. They're better than that. Wendy and Killian might have more to them than I admit, but I still don't fully trust them yet. Okay, let's ask about Natalie. I'm not talking about that evil floozy. I'm here to have a good time. Elena seems very guarded about the topic. She also seems to know something. Perhaps she's more talkative when drunk. Okay. But we can't offer another drink, though, can we? Yeah, you've already served this customer, so we have to get her really drunk. Okay, what brings you to speakeasy? Wait, you can't expect a girl to spill all her secrets without loosening her lips a little first. With some chat, maybe a couple compliments about my lovely new earrings and a few drinks. Yeah, so she has to get a little tipsy before you can get more out of her. See, you and Maria. What about us? Are you two dating? Maria? No, but we're close. I must have been mistaken then. I get it a lot. Elena's still blushing. This topic seems to be something she wouldn't discuss unless she really trusts you. Ah. Wait, is that the time? I should get going. Bartender, we meet again. Okay, that tends to happen if you visit. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle in here. What's the subject of the day? Let's start with this one. Why are you drinking so much you clearly don't enjoy it? It's something to do. Nights are boring without parties. That's it, really. Killian seems to be hiding something. Perhaps serving him enough alcohol will make him talk. Okay, did you know Natalie Reed? A little. I saw her at the Hotel Jamboree a while ago. I saw her, greeted her, and she threw up all over my new suit. I helped her get a radio cab home. Really? She was drunk then? I say, really? Yeah, she was a bit of a mess. My father always said loose women of meager means lack the ability to handle alcohol and grace with like more refined ladies. You know she's dead, right? Yes, Elena told me this morning. I was rather sad, but more in that fleeting, oh, maybe I'll die one day sort of way. I don't really know her, so. You will die one day. I don't know if I want to say that, correct him. That's all. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle. I just like saying that word. Let's say, what do you think of Elena? Elena's a lot of fun to be around. She's like a summer sun bursting through clouds. Poetic. Very bubbly. Funny that someone like her can come from such a poor family. Lots of personality. Sometimes that comes out of her mouth sounds like intellectual gibberish to me. But even the most frivolous words are kissed on the way out by those heavenly lips. Oh, so he's got a crush. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and... You want to end the conversation? Yeah, I've got to get to work. There's really nothing else to talk to him about. Will do. Let's try Maria again. We should chat, I guess, past the time. Okay, what do you know about Natalie Reed? The accountant? I don't think I met her. I'm sure I didn't. Did you hear about her death? I saw the headlines, like the start of some macabre murder mystery, but without the cheery ending, probably. The police will catch whoever did it. Maybe a killer can get away with murdering street girls or factory workers, but not someone like her. Let's hope. Okay, you're not a big drinker. Not at all. If I'm honest, I came here because Elena asked me along, and having her at the bar alone isn't something I'm comfortable with. You're a good friend. I think so too. Elena and I have been through a lot. I like knowing she's safe. Even if it means drinking? It's not so bad. Sometimes having a few drinks makes the books I'm reading even more exciting, though I often lose my place and I have to read the same page over and over. You're welcome to read anything on the shelves. Reading in a bar, guys. We'll tell her she can read anything on the shelves. Really? I mean, thanks. Thank you. I wasn't sure if a speakeasy was for me, but a speakeasy with a library. Yeah, so that helped boost. So we want to try to lean into that kind of stuff to help get their relationship status up. Okay, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? I'm a people pleaser. Is that okay? I work at that old tailor's in the stacks. The other girls seems good, talk about drinking and dancing, but I just keep my head down. They think I'm dull, but I knew that place would catch fire one day. There was a fire? That building is a death trap. We don't know who blew the fuse. In a house, blew the fuse box. In a house of matches, it can be hard to find the first spark, you know? But it didn't burn down completely. Alina and I just play chess in the basement. You can't play chess in the basement anymore. Oh, you play chess? When we were at school, we played for boiled sweets. It's a wonder we still have teeth. The women in the workhouse think I'm quiet and boring, but I watch them and I see things. Patterns, not just in the fabric, but in the city and people, and most of all in chess. Alina is good, but most days I can beat her. There's a fire in me. Competition. Even without candy, victory is still sweet. You're a grandmaster. Not quite. Although I have won tournaments. We both won a few, but none that were official or major. Alina always beats me when the stakes are high. It's like the pressure of playing against my friend makes me wilt. In the heat of competition, she lights up and I burn out. She just wants it more. I once asked her what her secret is. I'll never forget what she said. Never dim your star to make others shine brighter. Any other hobbies that aren't so intense? Cooking, I guess. I make great sarmal, but this is starting to feel like a job interview instead of a drinks order. Fair point. Hey, you said we should chat. Okay, you and Alina play chess together. We do, yes. We've been partners since we were 8. We met at chess club in school. We were rivals, but ended up being best friends. That's a long friendship. I know her better than myself at this point. Chess is about getting into your opponent's head. I like it inside hers. Does it sound strange? Yes, a little. I mean, a little. We can get very competitive, but we share the same dream. To get a little bit better every day. And to beat all those stuffy old bearded men at the chess council together. We know each other so well now. I'm not sure our practice is helping us get to the next level, but I also enjoy the time we spend together. We dream of one day beating Bakarov's top grandmaster. We're getting close. Elena won a tournament a few weeks ago, and I came second. I was so happy. We played against each other in the finals, and it was intense. It felt like my whole life was building to that moment. Since we were in the top spots, we knew we'd already qualified for the next tournament in a few months with the Grandmasters. So in a way, the final was like a victory lap for us. Have I talked about chess too much? Sometimes I can't tell if I'm talking too much about something I love. But either way, thanks for listening. Anytime. Okay, so we didn't get any, bonus with that. Now, let's see if we can ask her about something. Last drop before was down. Maybe we can present that to her. Charlene has been there. Oh, it's really late. I'm going to head home. I have something on tomorrow. Thanks for the drinks. You're welcome. Now let's bring him in. I'm going to ask him... Can I... Oh, I can't ask him any clues. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. Now I can. Sure, I visited. If I don't get home soon, my mother will lock me out. Bye. Isn't that funny how they're all shutting that down really fast? I should have asked her too, but that's fine. Okay, so we haven't asked her. Do you know anything about Natalie Reed? The dead woman? I knew of her. It's quite unavoidable when you're in the company of Elena Dragos, especially when she's had a few drinks. How come? I could bore you with long-winded stories about Elena's infamous drunken rants, but why would I deny you the pleasure of experiencing them firsthand? You certainly seem to be well-placed to engineer such a rant once again. Just give me a warning before you do, so I may cover my ears in time. I'll try. Okay, what do you want to know, bartender? Should we ask about her jewelry? For a lot of expensive items. I do. Are you worried about being robbed? If I'm outside, the best place someone could rob me would be my empty home. If I didn't wear the nice things I have, I would be living the same life as a woman who had already been robbed. An unglamorous existence. Earrings are meant for ears, and jewels don't sparkle when kept in a box. Okay, what do you want to know, bartender? Let's ask about her. I love that idea. She opens her mouth in a mock surprise and lets out a little delighted giggle. What's there to say? I grew up at Papa's old estate, home hearth out in the country. I moved to Brocavia because I got bored, and I came to dive bars like this because I love the entertainment. Dive bar? I'd say you fit right in. Oh, are we sparring? That's adorable. You continue to meet my expectations. People must love you. I'll play along. Oh, I don't know. Should I say people must love you? Yep. Come, darling. I'm being exceedingly gentle. Let's get to know each other better, or worse if you prefer. I'll start. I was born, I moved here, and now I'm sat in this cramped little stool talking to someone who has a very colorful background. How do you know about my background? I guess criminals can be dangerous. How do you know? I know a lot, darling, and most of what I know, I keep to myself. This has been delightful, I mean. It's refreshing to have a repertoire with someone who can keep up. Chin chin. Sure. Okay, so we have 2 points left. Let's ask about the group. I'm cordial with Elena and Maria. I know Killian. We met a while ago at tango class, in pre-prohibition times. Don't get me wrong, they're not hideously dull or anything. I just feel they are slow to trust and reluctant to say anything. Genuine. You feel the same, or are you an open book? It takes me a while to warm up. What you see is what you get. Like a cannoli, it's what's on the inside that counts. I've noticed you do a lot of watching. You pour drinks while keeping your eye on your customers, the sign of a good bartender, or someone who's fearful of their own clientele. I can't blame you, though. Imagine one of us were police. Are you? She laughs, and for the first time it sounds genuine. You've amused her, and she lets the mask slip for a moment. You've known plenty like her, and learned to never let your guard down around them. No. I wish there was something as exciting as police informant among us, but alas, we are as we seem. Well, other than Maria, she's not rich at all. Dirt poor, in fact. But you can tell. If you look closely, you can tell. She purses her lips briefly, a smile flashing across her face. Not the friendliest thing to say. Friendly? What an odd concept. Elena pays for everything. Maria is a puppy in her purse. But we all do what we must. In her position, maybe I'd do the same. The poor girl's head must be spinning. Evenings in the casinos, speakeasies, and clubs with Elena, then back to her threadbare bed sheets each night in the stacks. What a contrast. It's cruel, really. You don't seem to like Maria. Do you even like Maria? I mean, you don't seem to like her. I don't like Elena much right now either, but again, they might grow on me. Maria and Elena have some quirks, which I like, imperfections, and they're both sharp as tacks if you haven't heard. Maria hides it under a shy facade, while Elena hides it under a layer of, blondness. Opinions are fluid. For example, I didn't care for you, but perhaps the tide is slowly shifting. Same with the girls Elena and Maria. If they would just ease off the chest chat and address the sexual tension in the room instead, I might enjoy their company a great deal more. I'm sure. Okay, so we asked all that, so let's ask about this one. Common sense has been chasing you, my darling, but you can run. Try to form thoughts more fully before you speak. I will try. Okay, that was weird. Oh, well, would you look at the time? I'm going to make my way home before the sun comes up. Good night, Wendy. Okay, so that wasn't too productive for the day. It looks like we've gone through everybody. Go ahead and end the day. Let's see. Does that connect? Nope. How about this one? Nope. How about this one? Nope. See if these connect. Just double check them all, and we already know that that doesn't. Okay. Okay, Thursday. Constable Hugo Mertens marches down the steps of the bar, his hands deep in his pockets as he inspects the other guests with confusion. After a moment, he makes his way over to you, pulls over a chair, and sits slightly too close. Constable Mertens. Barkeep. Seems like business is booming. I never thought a life of crime would be this social for you. This is my job. These patrons could pass for respectable. Maybe they are. What do you want? They're good people, mostly. Yes? Well, I just wanted to check how much you know about these supposed good people. Someone on the street knew her. Use that knowledge to your benefit. If you have anything worth sharing with me, I'll be staying here for a while. Okay, so open the notebook to present him with the new clue. Using clues in the detective like Hugo will never consume actions, so make sure to show him anything interesting you find. He may have some useful insight. Okay, so this one. So, Elena Dragos, Killian Duran, and Elliot Lynn all frequented the last drop around the time before Natalie Reed was murdered. And you say you got this information from Peter Wagner? Mr. Wagner is well known around multiple police stations throughout Bookerville, and the only reason he knew all this was because he was present at the time as well. So let's add him to our little list of suspects, shall we? What happens now? Now that I know I'm not wasting my time with you, the next step would be figuring out which one of these four might be our killer. Hugo pulls out 2 photographs from his coat and hands them over. The first one shows an ornate decorated lighter lying on the pavement. The second shows a nasty-looking syringe. It is empty and small bits of blood can be seen around the needle. These 2 items were found at the crime scene. Check around and see what they mean to our suspects. Any more questions? Okay, how about the syringe? The murder weapon is peculiar and devious. It's some sort of lethal toxin. Back before the Prohibition, it was slipped into drinks, but since then, most of the victims have been found with a puncture mark. From this needle? Correct. We tried to see if it's a special type that was used, but unfortunately, this one is available at any pharmacy. It doesn't help that it's basically the industry standard for any medical profession, and to sorry either. Whatever the nature of the toxin, it wasn't fast. Perhaps the killer wants to watch the victims suffer a bit before they die. The victims each had different puncture wounds, arms, legs, but in this case it was the back of the neck, so the perpetrator attacked from the rear. The tests that we have run so far are concurrently inconclusive. Damn it, if this was back in Bulgaria, I'd know how to find better toxicologists. Do you know any toxins that have these effects? Many simple chemicals can be lethal when injected. This perpetrator has chosen cruel implement to achieve his goals. I'm making the apprehension of this villain my sole mission. We have to stop him. Any more questions? Okay, let's ask about the lighter. It was close to the body and it's quite ornate. It has a pattern on it, metal flowers skirting the edges. I asked around at a few tobacco shops and always got the same answer. This one is custom made. We might guess that the killer is a smoker. Only a few million of those. Nasty habit. Yes, that doesn't narrow the field down too much. Any more questions? Oh, we almost got him into the first area. Okay, so all is clear. Good. One last thing. Hand over your notebook. You place the notebook in Hugo's outstretched hand. He pulls a pencil out of his pocket and quickly adds a new section at the back. After looking it over one last time, he hands it back. I had some questions I need answered to win reporting. That doesn't make sense. I added some questions I need answered when reporting my findings about the case. The detectives at the station use this method to put together a case. I intend to do the same. First, we need a suspect to investigate. We narrowed it down to 4 people already, but given we're working with a serial killer, we can only get a warrant for 1. After this, we need solid evidence to confront them with. The 2 things I need answered are, what is the killer's motive, and what evidence proves the killer was present at the time of Natalie's death? If you can find clues that answer these 2 questions for any of the suspects, assign them in the section I added and hand over your notebook so we can review your findings. But you can only submit a suspect once, so you have to be sure, and you should also consider evidence that might clear a suspect. Will that be enough to convict them? On its own, no, but it's much easier to get a confession when presenting solid evidence. From there, it becomes a lot easier to arrest someone. Don't make me regret my choices here. I trust you with enough information to get me in an uncomfortable position. Let me down, and I'll make sure things become very uncomfortable for you. Got it? Very well. Okay, so Hugo has added a brand new case tab to your notebook. Let's have a look. Open the notebook by clicking on the button at the top right of the screen. This button also works when not in conversations with customers. Select the highlighted tab at the top to navigate to the newly added case page. In this case file, you'll find an overview of each suspect in the case. The evidence you have collected so far on each suspect will be displayed here. The case file displays clues that show a suspect's motive, the evidence that proves that they have committed the crime, as well as any potential defense that rules them out as a potential culprit, such as alibi. Once you are confident you know who the culprit is, you can press the Submit Case button at the bottom of the page. Doing this will summon Hugo, who will review the details of the case and look at the evidence you have collected with a critical eye. For now, press the X button in the top right to exit the notebook. Okay, interesting. If you're already in conversation with Hugo like you are now, you can also press the button in the bottom right to submit the case. Once you've submitted a culprit, your answer can no longer be changed. You only get one shot. If you submit your case before the deadline has passed, Hugo will leave to present your case to a superior and won't return until the final day. It's up to you to find evidence on all the suspects and figure out who is innocent and who is guilty. Their fate lies in your hands. Good luck, bartender. Okay, I'm prepared to answer any of your questions. Do you know Peter? Peter has a storied history with the Belgrave police. You can also count on him being on the wrong side of the law. We're working off the assumption that Peter moonlights as a henchman for bigger fish, maybe even the Brugge Boys gang under Carla. It makes me wonder whether a boss like Carla could have had something to do with this, but she's white collar and more interested in larceny and laundering than murder. Why are you doing a detective's job? The situation at my workplace is none of your business. Hugo seems to show signs of stress when you mention his work. Perhaps a drink could help him relax. I see. Okay, so preferences. What sort of drink do you usually like, Constable? Something with coffee. Why? It's my job to know. I suppose it is. Do you memorize everyone's favorite drink? Are you suspicious? I try. Well, that's an admirable goal. But let's not get too chummy. If you want to scribble this in your little notebook, I like anything with coffee because we drink it a lot in Bulgaria. Reminds me of home. Noting that down. Okay, so let's make him a drink. I shouldn't, but perhaps just one won't hurt. Anything with coffee. So I wonder if he'd like the stronger coffee or the wake-up call. Let's try this one. Hopefully it doesn't have too much alcohol. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very pleasant, actually. Aha. Let's ask this. Because those idiots are so busy chasing promotions, they forgot to actually look for criminals. One of them confided in me how he figured out all the victims of the Berkeley Boulevard killer are all blonde women. He condescendingly told me to keep that to myself and be a good constable. I can tolerate them being competitive, but not when there's human lives at stake. I didn't expect you to be so noble. I'm prepared to answer a lot of your questions. Okay, so if they're after blondes, she could be in danger. Okay, I want to know who I'm working for. Constable Hugo Mertens, that's all you need to know. Right. Favorite color? Blue. Hobbies? I'm partial to pointless conversations and wasting my time. Okay, you have no hobbies. If I indulge this line of questioning, will it motivate you to trust me? Yes. Fine. I like building miniatures, and when I was younger, I collected model trains. Tell me more. I'm a collector. What more is there to say? We all collect things. You collect useless information while I collect trains. I don't have them anymore before you ask. I had to leave them back in Belgium. Did you have a little railway? Yes, and my fiancé hated it. All of those objects are with my parents now. Is that all? I still have more questions. Tough. Fair enough. You have a fiancé? Indeed I do, and you needn't look so surprised. I'm not. Good. Is that all then? No further comment. I wonder what would happen if I said I am. Can I ask? I can't ask again. Do I want to ask again? I mean, I'm getting so high up in our but I am surprised. I have a life outside of work, you know. The lines might sometimes blur, but I'm more than my job. Either way, my personal life is my business. Mind your own. Okay. All right. I don't think we have anything else to show him. We've already, talked about this stuff. And we've already presented that, so we'll just end it in the conversation. I have a bar to run. And I have a case to work. Good evening, barkeep. Okay, so he's going to sit there. Looks like the priest is back. We've got our boss. She's back too. We could ask her about stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and talk to her again. So hello. What does a girl need to do to get a drink around here? Evening, Elena. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Okay, so let's go ahead and give her a drink. Yes, get me drunk. Okay, so she wants something hardcore. She liked the Eastern Ruby. Wasn't that because she liked sugary drinks? Was that what it was? Yeah, this one she was neutral on, because I think the plus sign, she likes it in the... Oh. I accidentally clicked on that. Oh well. Well, she'll either like it or not. I accidentally clicked on it. Well, I definitely don't hate it, thanks. Okay, so that didn't help. Let's catch up on all the gossip. We did not get her drunk enough, and we cannot give her another drink, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go ahead, since we can ask some other new things. Let's say, how are you finding your time here? Pleasant crowd, mostly. There's a few people here that I'm not on great terms with, but it's a bar, so that's to be expected. Who? I'd rather not get into it, honestly. I have a feeling I know who you're talking about. Let's just go with that. Do you? Who? Oh. I know you're actually going to call me out on it. I can't think of anyone now. Elliot, Peter. Wait, who's Elliot? Hold on. I gotta look at the names real quick. Elliot. Honestly, it probably is him. I can't see Peter really even have anything to do with her. Although they do know each other, so maybe that's... I mean, not that they, know each other, but, Peter remembered seeing her there. So let's try Peter. Peter, nah, Peter's a pussycat. You just gotta give him a saucer of milk and stroke his fur. And by that, I mean you give him hard liquor and don't owe his boss any money. That's my experience, at least. Maria's too. Okay, how do you know Peter? You mean, how does someone like me know Peter? He's been to the speakeasies, and when he's not collecting money, he's a sweetie. Really? Let's catch up on all the gossip. Okay, so I think we can kind of guess it. It probably was Elliot, but... okay, let's say, what do you do for work? Nothing. I guess you don't need to. Exactly. My family's fallen into wealth through sheer luck, and I won't let us fall out again. I have plans to keep us where we need to be. My dad might end up losing his fortune again, but I'm glad to take him in when that time comes. Did you ever work? Sure, and for a man who... It doesn't matter. That's all in the past. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Okay, let's ask... Didn't we already ask hobbies? I feel like we did, but maybe we didn't. So did you do anything in your spare time? I can play competitive chess. Okay, that was Maria that we did that to. I'm good at it, depending on who you compare me to. Maria and I have been chess partners since we were kids. Back when we imagined that if we got good enough, we'd live the life of chess grandmasters. Play chess for trophies, live in hotels, go to parties, have crowds cheer our name. The reality is a lot of these events only pay you when you win, and the entry fees are extraordinary. Back in the day, we did overtime to afford the qualification fees. We'd be so exhausted from overtime that we'd never play our best. We'd scrape up enough money for one hotel room and pass out each night. Still had fun, though. Ever win? I won a tournament a few weeks back. Maria got second place, so we both qualify for an upcoming national tournament. Maria doesn't know yet, but I'll be paying to take us both there. Why? I mean, that's kind of you. It's our dream. Understand. Okay, so let's go ahead and present. Let's do this one, because I think this was the only one I didn't ask her about it. Sure, I visited. Let's catch up on. Okay, so that wasn't helpful at all. Detective, police. Okay, targeted women. Let's present this one because she is a blonde. See if that does anything. Thanks for making me feel vulnerable. Wait, is that the time? I should get going. See you later. Wow, not helpful at all. Okay, bartender, we meet again. That tends to happen if you visit. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle in here. Okay, so, same thing. What sorts of drinks do you like? Something that get me drunk without it feeling like I'm drinking alcohol. Elaborate? I mean, it would be sugary drinks because when you have an alcoholic drink that is very sugary and you can't tell, you will drink a lot of them. I had a friend, no names, but I did have a friend, this was quite a few years ago, and she was telling me that she had, like, it was a chocolate martini, and she was like, it was the best thing I had ever had, and she ordered multiples of them. She just kept drinking them, and she ended up getting sick and, like, I just had the worst hangover the next morning, and she ended up getting very, very sick, was like on the was hanging off the toilet all night, and that was because she drank so many of them because she couldn't taste the alcohol in it because of the way the bartender at the place that she was at had made them. And I was like, man, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. So sugary drinks then. I love the light sugary stuff. I think your mint punch fits the bill. Got it. See, that's what I should have given him, was the mint punch. Yeah, it should have been this one, because I think I gave him this one, and he was like, oh, there's like too much alcohol in it. So let's go ahead and give him one of these. Oh, this looks fine indeed. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle. I just like saying that. Okay, so there's nothing... I don't think he's drunk enough. We could try. Why are you drinking so much? You clearly don't enjoy it. It's something to do. Nights are boring without parties. That's it, really. Killian seems to be hiding something, perhaps serving enough alcohol. Okay, so he's not going to tell us with that. Now, I am curious how we're supposed to serve enough alcohol for the characters, because we can only serve them one drink a day, and they don't come in drunk, and he's not a big alcohol person. So if I can't serve him multiples of these, he's not going to be interested. So maybe there is something that I could give him, or maybe it's like something that has a little more alcohol and he'll drink it even though he doesn't like it. So I mean, that could be it. Okay, so I did ask him about this. Let's ask him, maybe we can ask him about the lighter. A lighter? Goodness, I'm not sure what this has to do with me. Are you a smoker, Killian? Killian looks uncomfortable, as if recalling an unpleasant memory. He looks you up and down. Absolutely not. The son of a doctor knows better than to engage in such unhealthy habits. Despite his words, Killian twitches nervously. Put that tongue back in your mouth, sir. Smart man. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it could also just be maybe he does, and he doesn't want to admit that he's a smoker. So let's reveal this one too about all the blondes. Blondes? I love blondes. Another reason this killer must be stopped. I mean, you're blonde too. I bet you hear all sorts. Okay, so he's not really giving us much. We have to have a better relationship with him, because it added the smoking thing on there, but our relationship's kind of garbagey. Should I show him the syringe? You know what? Let's do it. Hey now, that syringe looks familiar. It does? Of course, my mom is a medical professional, so we have some of these lying around for surgery. She even has some at her home practice behind lock and key, obviously. Dude, he did it. It's Killian. he wants to shack up with Alina, and she's a blonde, and he loves blondes, and he might be a smoker, and he recognizes the syringe. Just saying, it's Killian. Okay, so you should ask Alina about this stuff if you haven't already. She used to briefly work for my mother and actually use them. She did. Yes, it's how we got initially acquainted, you see. She was always a bright thing. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. But back then, she was just a nurse. Now she's come into wealth. She has really bloomed. Anyone like me, she carried a key and actually had access to the cabinet where these things are stored. Naturally, she returned it after resigning, but my mother decided to change the locks nevertheless. I'll keep that in mind. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle. Very, very interesting about that. Okay, let's go ahead. We got one thing with him. Let's ask about the last drop. Yes, I visited often, though Prohibition put an end to that. If I don't get home soon, my mother will lock me out. Bye. Excuse me. I mean, I think we got quite a bit of information out of him. I should have shown Alina some of that stuff a little bit more. Okay, so quick, you gotta set me up. I'm in desperate need of a drink. What have I missed? Okay, what is she like again? Sounds weird, but something. Okay, ginger ale. If I didn't be careful with the coin, I'd only ever drink copper bullets. Is that weird? I'd have to be careful. I'd only ever drink copper bullets. Okay, it's a little weird, but we do serve those. It's not that weird. I'm glad you think so. Okay, so she likes, let me double check again. Ginger ale in my drink. Something spiced in ginger ale. Okay, so I think that sounds like a different drink. Yeah, she definitely likes this one. So it might actually be the best one to give her. I don't see anything else with ginger ale. A lot of gins, but... Okay, so we'll go ahead and give her a copper bullet. Oh, damn, this is perfect. Don't let me have too many of these. What have I missed? Okay. So we do have a lot of questions that we could ask her. She is a wee bit tipsy. Let's see. What do you know about Natalie Reed? I guess I've seen her a few times before. The murder. She was in the Spire Lounge in a hotel lot, same as Elliot, Olivia, and even Alina once or twice. Did Natalie mix with anyone else? I saw her and Olivia order together at the bar. That stuck with me, because Olivia is kind of a big deal, even amongst that lot, and everyone formed a crowd around her. I saw her hanging out with Elliot once or twice, too. Usually away from the bar, though, over at the Vantage booths. Interesting. Yeah, now that I think about it, Alina brought Killian along, too. I remember that pretty well, because he asked me out. I mean, I don't wear a badge or anything, but I do look like I'm out here trying to date men. And she's a blonde, and he likes blondes. No, I get it. Okay, what have I missed? Okay, so that's some more info. Clara said she's seen Natalie speaking to Olivia, Alina, and Elliot at the Hotel Spire Lounge. I should ask all of them what they've discussed with Natalie. Maybe we should ask her about the lighter. Like, maybe she's, she could have seen this at the hotel. A lighter, what's that got to do with me? Do you smoke, Clara? There's no way in Hades I can afford cigarettes. Though I can swipe some from time to time from Norvell, the bellhop. You steal them? Yeah, he usually drinks on Monday morning, so I can swipe them. But I sure as sugar can't buy any. And Norvell is wising up, so it's getting harder and harder to nab some. Maybe we should do something to kind of up our rib. So, why do you visit? Isn't it risky? Probably. Then again, I could get hit by a radio carriage tomorrow while crossing the road. How is that relevant? I mean, you have a point. Steffu says boats are safest in a harbor, but that's not what boats are built for. I can't think of anything I love that couldn't kill me. Also, just because something is a rule doesn't make it right. Sounds about right. Okay, what have I missed? Okay, so did you come from work? No, I work in a hotel, so my shift starts early and finishes early. I have later afternoon and evening to myself, but I'm training real hard just now. Training for what? My gray belt. That's a martial combat thing, right? Can't you just buy one? I mean, let's say the combat. It's a Bartisu grading symbol, so we got up to the 1 heart. Just in case we ever have to ask or something, we might be able to do it. When I take my Sufu down to the mat, I gain the gray belt. Well, good luck. Oh, wait, I have work tomorrow. I gotta get some sleep, so good luck with the bar. Night. Elliot sits down with a cigarette in his mouth and pulls a box of matches from his bottom pocket. We discourage smoking. These are menthol, and they make your breath smell good. If you must, I must. What do you need from me? Okay, so I think we knew his drink, but let's ask. Be more specific, I think you do. Well, I suppose there's reasons you can't expect a bartender to produce quality drinks without suitable directions. Exactly. Something minty with soda. I like to feel fresh and awake after a drink. Alcohol doesn't make you sleepy. I've developed my constitution till no longer inhabits my focus. Alcohol sharpens my senses. Really? Indeed. And a drink with a clean mouth livens the senses, not to mention how much it encourages intimacy with the opposite sex. Fresh breath is essential. Just hold off on the fruit punch. Feminine drinks reduce male vim and vigor and encourage the production of black bile in the body, which makes one melancholy and, I believe, less virile too. Pouring vodka into the fruit juice is a waste, like a sophisticated gentleman wasting his time on tittle-tattle with loose women and mannerless men. Some men are born for better things, and they deserve better drinks too. Noted. Yeah, okay, buddy. You like minty drinks. Okay. Okay, so we know that he does love the mint punch. That's his go-to drink. So I guess we could give him that one. This has mint leaf as well. But I think he commented on pouring vodka into drinks. He doesn't like the vodka. So we'll go with the mint punch because that seems to be his go-to. That's a nice drink. Clean glass, crisp taste. Oh, we also get a bonus to the relationship as well. Okay, so now we've gotten 4 more action points. Let's ask about Natalie. I don't know who that is. Brokovie is a big city. Would I even remember her? She worked nearby. This is Brokovie Boulevard. Everyone is nearby. Thanks anyway. Okay, now we know he's a smoker. Let's show the lighter. A lighter in the ground. People lose lighters all the time. What does this have to do with me? Don't you smoke, Elliot? All my life. Well, since school anyway. A while then, that makes 2 of us. I mean, a while then. I was trying to fit in with the popular lads. I needn't have bothered. I'm not sure I even enjoy it anymore, but what I really don't enjoy is the shaking of my hands when I can't find tobacco. If you have any tips for quitting that actually work, let me know. It would save me a great deal of money. I'll keep an eye out for some. Okay, so what do you need from me? Okay. Elliot. Okay, let's do this one. I didn't know Natalie Reed. I have no idea who she was. Elliot's brows furrowed, and though he's clearly perturbed, you have difficulty reading his emotions. You can stop lying now. What makes you sure I'm lying? Someone saw you with her at the hotel. Elliot pauses for so long you're not sure he heard you. Squinting, he examines the empty glass like it holds the secret of the universe. Well? Right. Yes, Natalie. I knew her, but again, barely. We met once or twice while we were drinking. I intimidate I might find her. I don't think I intimidate. I admit I might find her attractive to a degree. She made it very clear to everyone that my feelings were not reciprocated. Why did you lie? Because it was an embarrassing experience and I don't like to relive it. You're a bartender. It should be none of your business. Are you going to serve me more or are you done? I'm done. Okay, so that got him a little riled up. So that could be motive. I believe the brain is motive because he could have killed her because she turned him down, which is very possible. Let's say about the blondes and victims, see if he has anything about that. What are you actually talking about? I don't know what you're asking me. My bad. I've got to work tomorrow. See you. Okay, so that didn't really affect him at all. Let's talk to our boss man. Good evening. I wouldn't mind a sip of something after a long day of reading. Evening, Mr. Florer. They say conversation is a dying art. Let's prove them wrong. Okay, so let's go ahead and serve him a drink, Vincent. I think we know his favorite. It's the Eastern Ruby. You know me too well. This is my absolute favorite. Okay, so we did get him almost to, what is that? Drunk mode. Killian, what do you know about Natalie? I wonder if we should ask him more of these questions. What do you know about Natalie Reed? Vincent looks down when you mention her name. He licks his lips, considering his next words carefully. I've been thinking back to when we met briefly at my accountant's office. She was smart, charming, and she knew when to drop that stiff Brokovy formality and be a little more laid back with her clients. I know she liked to drink. My accountant complained that she turned up worse for wear once or twice, so I imagine temperance wasn't an issue. It was also no secret to my accountant that Natalie struggled financially due to her stubborn gambling addictions. How she managed to finance it is a mystery. I suppose it makes sense that she'd frequent speakeasies after the prohibition, so there really is a killer on the loose then. Apparently. Ghastly. I hope our customers tread lightly. Me too. Okay, so... should we ask about Killian? Let's see. He's a boy in a man costume. Petty and unkind. I'm against cuffing a child round the ear, but if his mother had lifted a hand now and then, he might have grown up to be a decent human. His family name is a good one, which is why his bad behavior is a shock. Vandalism, theft, scuffles, all so unnecessary when his family has just run into money. Killian is trouble, and those close to him need to show a firmer hand. He's not that bad. He's certainly a bit of a brat. I mean, now, if I was talking to Killian, I'd be like, oh, you're not that bad. But we're going to go with he's a brat, because I think, it'll boost our relationship. To the first heart. He taps the bar in annoyance. Typical of the nouveau rich, they can buy everything but class. That goes especially for Killian. Anything he can't attain through money, he will attempt to attain using less savory means. The boy doesn't understand the concept of the word no. Right. Oh, so, I mean, we learned a bit about Killian. I wonder if we should ask about the lighter. A fancy lighter. Not exactly my taste. What is this about? Do you smoke, Mr. Florer? Doesn't everyone? We must make the most of the time we have and find joy where we can. Ideally with lots of finely toasted tobacco, a choice of drinks, and a friend to share it all with. Smoking is unhealthy. I agree with that. Never mistake a lack of vice for virtue. The best people I know smoke, drink, and love good coffee. The worst man I ever met loved decaffeinated coffee. Decaf only works if you throw it in someone's face. I'm not judging. It was just a question. Then yes, I enjoy the occasional cigar. I can't really help you with the lighter, I'm afraid. It's alright. Okay, so let's try another clue here. I wonder if we should bring that up. Maybe we should share this one. All of the Rogueside killer victims were blondes? I never noticed. Perhaps this is truly the workings of a madman, then. As much as I mistrust the authorities, a connection like this is hard to fabricate. We live and we learn. Look at the time. I simply cannot linger any longer. I've slept on the Chase lounge upstairs before, and my back did not thank me. Okay, good night. Right, we got one more person to talk to. We've got the priest over here. And of course, he's in a bad mood. Bartender. Father Lacey, please share something happy with me. I need to talk to someone who is not confessing mortal sins. Do we have his favorite drink? Need a drink, Father? Father, it makes me think of my vows, but priests are taught it is worse to abominate wine than to imbibe it, so I would choose the lesser sin. It's not his favorite, but he's wasn't impartial to it. So we'll go ahead and give him the evening prayer again, because I should have asked his preferences. I have to do that the next time I serve him. Goes down quite nicely. And he is a little tipsy in case we need him to share something with us. I don't really have anything happy to share with you. Let's ask if he knew Natalie Reed. Can't say I've heard of her. Who is she? A woman who died recently. Oh, that's horrible. I hope she found peace in the end. Dude, I don't have anything happy to share with you. I don't... Let's ask about the lighter. A lighter? What am I supposed to tell you about this? Do you smoke, Father Lacey? I'd rather have the devil flay me alive. We all have our vices, but suicide, even if it's slow, is a sin. It seems a bit extreme. Flagellation used to be common in the church. Poor choice of words, I suppose. Perhaps. That means nothing to me. Leave me out of this nonsense. These people confess enough to me without you telling me more. I don't care. Okay. Okay, well then let's just go ahead and ask him a question. I don't think he's involved in any of this. Okay, why are you here? Father Lacey hovers the glass between his fingers, swaying it gently back and forth like a metronome. You're not sure if he will ever answer the question. My father passed away. I'm sorry. He didn't pass of old age or anything like that. He died of a disease that was painful, constant, and in essence, cruel. That's hard. I know I wasn't a very inspiring son, but he wasn't a very inspiring father either. I still miss him, though. I still remember the last advice he gave me. What was it? In life, don't aim for mediocrity. Good advice, I guess. I wasn't finished. Don't aim for mediocrity for men like us that's too ambitious. Oh. Not a great parent. Oh. Sometimes I wonder if I've lost my faith and haven't noticed. Like when you drop your keys and don't realize until you're facing a locked door. I'm not sure how the goddess can be real when the world is so cruel, but I'm sure fate wouldn't deprive me of one more authority figure who is disappointed in me. I understand. As much as I'd love to stay have an early morning sermon. Goodbye. Okay, so the only one left is the detective. Evening, barkeep. Evening. I'm prepared to answer any of your questions. Okay, so we've already... Ooh, why are you doing... We already got that out of him, if I remember right. Okay, so maybe we should share this with him. Interesting. The doctor may just be a piece of our puzzle. Try and see if this fits together with the evidence we already have. I'm prepared to answer any of your questions. Okay, so I don't know if, like, showing him all this even means anything. Interesting. So, one of the suspects has seen and used syringes while working as a nurse. Considering what our murder weapon is, that's very interesting indeed. I think we can piece something together with this. Okay, so he thinks it's good evidence. Let's kind of just, learn from the detective. Yeah, that's blondes. Interesting. Confront Elliot and Elena with this and see how they respond. Put them on the spot and watch out for the quivering lip or the twitching eye. Okay, let's see what he thinks of, The sting of rejection can be a powerful motive. Well done. I get a bad feeling about this guy, but we'll need solid evidence. This must go before a judicar, so our case must be rock solid. For rejection to be a motive for murder, we'd need to have a short temper indeed. Try shaking the tree and see what falls out. Confronting him might do the trick. Okay. And let's ask about this one. So she had debts. You should look into how this could be related to the case. Money is a powerful motivator. Okay, so we're going to end the conversation. And hit the bell to end the day. And we're going to put our evidence together. Okay, I don't think this needs to be in there. We'll leave that there. Put the lighter there, the syringe, blonde victims. We'll put this one in there and see what... I don't think these two are relevant anymore, at least in my mind. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of like go through and see if anything fits. I do like how it blocks it out, so like if I try, there we go, Killian, killer. Okay, so Killian recognizes the syringe because his mother, a doctor, uses them commonly at her home practice. This means Killian had access to the weapon that was used in Natalie's murder. Now, granted, it doesn't mean that that is the murder weapon, but he did have means to it. I know those don't have anything together. This will. Elena, the assassin. Elena recognized the syringe thanks to her past experiences as Dr. Duran's assistant and confirmed to me that she knows how to use them. This means she's proficient with the murder weapon that was used to kill Natalie. Just making sure. I know none of those have anything to do with it, but... I do like this because it doesn't pin if it has nothing to do with it. I know some murder mystery cases I've done, if you pin the evidence, it doesn't really give you an explanation onto why it was pinned, and it just allows you to pin it, and you can get really confused. So that's, you know, it's kind of nice that that does that. And like I said, I know most of these don't have anything to do, but I just want to make sure. Only one I didn't pin it to is that one. Okay, everything else already tried. Peter's favorite speakeasy, Peter's street smarts. Yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Now, I'll put these back and put these on the board. Just kind of test them on these real quick. I mean, it's got them as the murderer, but we don't know if they are or not, because we don't have enough, we don't have a lot of evidence. Okay, so we've tested everything, so I'm going to go ahead and end the full day. This is a very long demo, Friday. Oh, Peter sits on the steps. Of course he does. Why don't you just take a seat, dude? There's seats over here. There's seats here. Seats here. You could sit here at the table, but no, you want to sit on the steps. Okay, let's talk to Peter. I like Peter. Well, well, look who's still open. In a world of dwindling light, you're a beacon in the night. Don't plan on closing anytime soon. Let's catch up just like the old days. Okay, so let's say, what sort of drinks do you like? Like proper drinks, something pure like vodka. Anything else? Coffee. Okay, so that's right. He likes the vodka and the coffee, despite the name Cold Winter usually keeps me warm during those long nights. I remember. Yeah, he likes the cold winter drink, Peter. Maybe just one. You don't want me want my lips loosening. Who knows what I'll say? Oh no, I want that to happen very much. I hadn't even got to the first one and I already finished it. This career shift is starting to make sense. You have talent. Okay, so we still didn't get him drunk, though. It's... Okay, did we ask him this one, or do we not have enough? Yeah, not enough. Let's try again. Let's both assume I'm not in the mood for this conversation right now. Ask me again when your words are as sweet as the booze. Okay, so he's not going to answer that one. Oh, I see it there. It shows you have to have the middle one. Nice, I didn't notice that. I just saw the heart, but it actually resembles the middle one, so that's nice. Let's ask him some of these clues first. She had debt. I wonder if he would know about it. Natalie's finances? Do I look like a banker? I heard she was in debt. She was a gambler and a drunk. Both are expensive hobbies. Have you ever collected money for your boss? You know I have. I'm the muscle and money is heavy. Did you collect from Natalie? Peter leans across the bar. He's close enough that you can smell his cologne. You expect him to tell you a secret or perhaps whisper something, but he doesn't. Instead, he waits until you meet his eyes before he speaks. Did you? No. Now, did you have a real question to ask me, like, did you kill her, Mr. Wagner? I don't think you killed her. I know what you're capable of. I don't think you killed her. Glad you still know when to back off. I see. Okay, so we actually got halfway. That's nice. I don't have to explain this to you, but dead people can't pay back their debts. I got no business writing off credit like that. Okay, so he's not willing to talk about that. It could also just mean he doesn't have anything to do with it. Let's ask him about the lighter. Nice lighter. You want to give me a gift? Customer of the week? Do you smoke, Peter? Huh? You've seen me smoke. You gave me this lighter 5 years back when we hit up that train depot, and by gave, I mean I pocketed it when you wasn't looking. You stole it. He pulls out a basic disposable lighter. You recognize it immediately. You always bought the cheapest ones. You notice it's still full of fluid. It's almost full 5 years later. Did you quit? He cracks a smile and you catch yourself looking at his dimples instead of his scar. Wish I did, but nah. I use matches these days, actually. Why? Because I'm a firm believer in luck, and this is my lucky charm nowadays, especially after what happened at the train depot job. I see. Did you ever try to quit? Many times. Look, I'm trying to cut down, but in this line of work, you gotta keep your nerves steady. What's with all these smoking questions? Just curious. The killer smokes. I kind of trust Peter, and also he's very flirty towards me, so I kind of like that. But I don't know if I should let that have me reveal that the killer smokes. I don't think he did it. I don't think he'd really have a reason to, but I don't know which one would boost his relationship. Maybe we should go with this one. You smoke, bartender. No, I don't. You better make sure this new job doesn't make you forget who you really are. Play a role too well, and you might forget you're part of a show. Let's catch up, just like old days. Okay, come on, Peter. Blonde victims, potential... I don't know. I don't know which any of these would do. So Peter lights a cigarette with matches. He doesn't like to use the cheap disposable lighter he pinched for me a few years ago, as he considers it a good luck charm. I think Peter and I had a thing going on a very long time ago. Let's just, you know what, for the hell of it, let's do it this one. A coward's weapon. The kind of person who kills like that, they're the real monsters. Okay, so he didn't really have anything. So let's go ahead, since we have one action available. I'm not sure what clue to show him right now. Let's ask how work is, and maybe we might be able to get a relationship boost to ask him about this one. Sure, I'll play along with this amnesia of yours. My job is the same as ever. I'm a problem solver, and the problem I solve is this. What do you do when someone who owes you money stops paying you? I make sure agreements are kept and no one breaks their word. In a way, I help all parties involved, because one way or another, the deal they made won't be broken. And where possible, I hope my business never involves my friends. Business is never personal for me, but the way I do business, some people take it real personal. Understood. Well, I won't go home, but I can't stay here. Make sure you don't get in any mischief while I'm gone. That's my job. Will do. Okay, so now let's bring Elena over here. Hello, hello. What does a girl have to do to get a drink around here? Okay, evening, Elena. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Now, I know her favorite, right? My favorite has to be the poison drop. Nothing tops that one. Very specific. Hey, if you don't tell people exactly what you like, how will you ever get what you want? Good point. It's better than Maria's anyway. The woman likes tomato in her drinks. It's indecent. Okay, so she likes the poison drop. We have not made that one yet, so we're gonna make it. At least I don't think I made it. I could be wrong. I might have made it once, but I don't remember. Because like I said, this has been a very long demo. I'm actually surprised that you can make it through the week. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this one. Delicious. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Okay, so we still haven't asked her this one. But let's go ahead. Oh, we got Peter's job. Peter's still employed in the criminal underworld as a debt collector, ensuring his employees, usually loan sharks, get return investment. Okay, so let's... That's this one. Yeah, that's where I confronted Natalie about spending all my father's money. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Okay, so she didn't really tell us much, but that sounds like a motive to me. Her dad spent all... She was spending her father's money? I mean, she was an accountant. Was she working, like, with, some kind of, like, stocks or something like that? I told you I won't work there. Now I don't have to. Okay, she's not sharing anything with these clues. Don't just show me a photograph of a lighter. If there's something you want to know, ask. Do you smoke, Elena? She glances over her shoulder, scanning the bar to ensure nobody is within hearing distance. I don't smoke at all. I agree with Maria. It's a terrible thing to do. Her initial reaction tells you there's more to the story. Perhaps she's willing to share more when she feels more comfortable around you. Sure, I believe you. Okay, so that brought up in the smoking bit, but we don't have enough of a relationship with her. Show this. A photograph of a syringe. What's this about? Know anything about it? Too much. I saw plenty of those at the hospital back when I was working as a nurse. You were a nurse? Sometime before my dad earned our fortune. I worked at the Brokervie Hospital. Those syringes were used every day over there. I switched jobs last year and became an assistant for Dr. Duran. She's Killian's mom, if you've met him. While working there, I noticed she uses the exact same ones. For whatever reason, she locks them in a cabinet. Did you have access to them? Of course I did. I think she locked them away because of Killian. I returned the key the day I quit the job, though. Strange topic, syringes. I'm just glad I never have to use them now that I'm happily unemployed. Glad your fortune changed. Wait, is that the time? I should get going. Okay, see you later. Didn't get much out of that. Okay, let's try Killian again. Okay, so meet you again. What sort of drinks do you like? We got his, didn't we? I think we did. Need a drink, Killian? Yeah, he likes these ones, the mint punch. Although, like I said, I don't know if you're supposed to get people drunk when you can only give them one drink. I mean, I guess you could just give them a drink they don't like. Okay, so... maybe I should have asked that. The syringes are kept in a safe place and I'm not allowed near them. Only my mother and her assistant can use them. Okay, well, let's present that clue. What in the goddess are you talking about? You're talking absolute rot. I won't indulge this baseless speculation. I bet you hear all sorts of tittle-tattle. Okay, so still nothing with that. Let's ask this. Perhaps I'm a bit slow. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. Okay, this dude's not helpful at all. Yes, Elena worked for my mother in the past, and that's how we met. She had the keys for the storage, but I'm not sure she handed them back when she quit. If I don't get home soon, my mother will lock me out. Bye. Okay, so he doesn't know if they came back. Okay, so let's talk to her. It's been quite the day for me. More negotiations, more drama, more rehearsals. Exhausting. Makes a woman crave a cold drink and a deeply comfortable chaise lounge. I can help with one of those. She presses her long fingers two together. Her mouth is slightly agape as she leans in close. The maid girl, that one that works in the hotel, Clara, avoid her. She's what I would describe as trouble. I once saw her fighting with a known criminal, and not just any criminal either. One of those henchmen of a certain mob boss. Henchman? Which mob boss? I shouldn't say, but it starts with a K. Okay, so Carla. And ends with an Arla, a dangerous woman and threat to everyone. I like this establishment, and I quite like Vincent when he's sober. I wouldn't want Clara attracting trouble. She leans back in her chair, the serious look on her face now replaced with a serene smile. That's all I needed to say on the matter. I trust we understand each other. Right. This place must have been dull without me. What, if anything, have I missed? Okay, so that says to me that it was probably, a friend of ours that she was, talking about Peter. Okay, I think we know her drink. Let's ask for preference, though. Fruity and adventurous. Specific? Okay, so you don't like... what sort of story? Supposedly the original recipe was invented by none other than a pirate captain. Yeah, so we know that she likes that one. So we'll go ahead and make her the pirate drink. Pirate's Joy. Astonishing, flawless, incredible, divine. Absolutely brilliant use of everything. Inspirational, honestly. This place must have been dull without me. Okay, so let's ask if she knew Natalie Reed. Natalie? I met her a few times while I drank at the Hotel Jubilee, before the probation, obviously. Really? Oh, she also frequented the theater. I don't blame her. But what I do blame her for is all the noise. She would drink a lot during the intermission and occasionally cause a bit of a scene. I see. Her name did pop up now and then in conversations with my fellow socialites. She was an accountant who dealt with a lot of creative types, including my director. She would have been fired if she wasn't so popular with clients. She formed strong bonds with them over strong cocktails. Interesting. Nonetheless, her death is a great shame. You should talk to Killian about her. I imagine he'd be on the suspect list. Killian loves a blonde. I should know. He tried to hit on you. I'm blonde, wealthy, easy on the eye. I have a pulse. I more than qualify for his affections. Interesting. This place must have been dull without me. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're just going to ask her these things. I don't think she's going to have any answers for the clues, other than maybe the lighter. Maybe she's seen it on somebody before. But let's ask some of this other stuff. So, and maybe to boost her relationship a little, so tell me about yourself. Bartender, I thought you'd never ask. I'm an actress, opera singer, budding radio host, etc., etc. Okay, tell me about the radio show. My favorite subject. I'm so glad you asked. The radio is so new and exciting. Before that, I want to know other things. Radio's New and exciting. Olivia leans in, perking up in her chair. She wants to make sure that you're soaking up every word. Precisely. I've already been on the air as a guest, but my new show will be a bit of news, a bit of gossip, and most of all, an advice column of my own. I think I can tell my listeners a great deal about poise, taste, tact, and how to live with just a bit more extravagance. I've noticed the younger generation, well, younger than me, have lost the gall that defined them. Why is that? That's a question for the scholars, those with minds sharper than mine. Although if I were to guess, I'd say it has something to do with how quickly Bravoki advances in the last 30 years. Obviously, I was a child, nay an infant, when the boom happened. From what I understand, there was a sharp influx of money into Tessara that we created an uneasy mix of industrial giants and lucky spectators flooding into the same social spaces as the established aristocracy. Killian's parents are one of that crowd, and they are as tasteless as they come. They have the money and power, but lack the grace, the decorum, the sense of permanence that we have. We? Well, figuratively speaking, Killian has the wealth of a sultan, but the demeanor of a grain store supervisor. Though that's just my opinion. You'll hear me expound on my views more eloquently on air next week. She winks, taking the last sip of her drink. There's something about the shrewd look she gives you that catches you off guard. I suppose you'll need to listen in to learn more. Maybe. Okay, so do you know Father Lacey by any chance? Yes, I know him well. He's a priest. Does it seem strange that two people so different share the same speakeasy? A little. Not particularly. Well, it's not my place to say, but I don't think he's keeping his vows if he's coming here. And he's such a drag, sitting there clutching his little drink. It's like looking at a child crying at their own birthday party. He was so stoic a few months ago. He's thoroughly morose now. I've asked him what's wrong, but he doesn't like to answer. It's not like I can tell anyone either. Oh yes, I keep seeing Father Lacey at the secret speakeasy we share. I hope he cheers up soon and goes back to his old self. He's always been a big old sad sack, but his droopy face is making the floor tiles sad. Let's hope. Olivia mentioned that Killian hits on a lot of women, especially blondes. She hinted that this likely included Natalie as she matched his taste. Maybe I should ask her about the lighter. Let's ask. Maybe she's seen it. What a gorgeous lighter that is. But why are you showing me this? Do you smoke, Miss Carmine? Only for pleasure, as opposed to business. Plenty of actors smoke to be social. I pity the poor girls who puff away with puckered lips pretending to like it. You enjoy it? Certainly, after sex and being a big show, calms the nerves. What about your voice? She shrugs, the thick lining of her coat cushioning her face. Everything in moderation, darling. She frowns, furrowing her brows and pursing her lips. What is it? My late husband hated my smoking. I'm remembering a particular unpleasant conversation we had. Sorry. Don't be, darling. I don't tolerate unpleasant conversations with anyone now. Noted. Heavens, would you look at the time? I should get going. Your tab? Olivia winks at you and places the coins down on the table. The grin is coy. She enjoys being caught as much as she enjoys getting away with it. Good night, Olivia. Okay, and we're going to talk to our boss. Good evening. I wouldn't mind a sip of something after a long day of reading. Evening, Mr. Flair. This is a conversation is a dying art. Let's get his preferences, but I think we already know. Classy with red wine served over ice, though feel free to experiment if inspiration strikes. And lemon. So red wine and lemon. Which, I mean, like I said, we do know his favorite drink is this one. And I think that's actually the only thing on this menu that has red wine in it. So we'll just stick with this one. Okay, so I don't know if any of this would be relevant to him. Maybe we'll show him the syringe. I beg your pardon. I have no idea what you're on about. All right. Alright, we'll just go ahead and ask him. So let's ask about the other speakeasies. I'm sure dissatisfied patrons have alerted the authorities on a few occasions, but I've met a fair few officers, and even detectives, in speakeasies. They think the law don't apply to them. But I think the political climate has shifted. The Buckavoy City Council has taken a harder line, and they may even be incentivizing officers to close more establishments. The economy may be booming, but the explosion of wealth is far from equitable. Speculators in the radio carriage and whale oil businesses are rolling in cash, but the public services, and the police in particular, are paid peanuts. The speculators climb a ladder and pull it up themselves. Now they're making us fight each other for table scraps while looking down on all of us, legitimate business owners and police officers alike. There's a cadence in his voice that makes him sound cold and unemotional as he speaks. It's like he's rehearsed this topic, or maybe he's gotten sick of talking about it. I am rambling again, so let's change the subject. Okay, so let's say, tell me about yourself. Haven't I rambled enough already? No. Actually, never mind. No. I'm 56 years old, so I was around when all the money started flowing into Sassara. I was born in a little town that was swallowed up by the expanding city borders last year. But I feel like I'm babbling on now. What else do you want to know? Married, family. Are you married? Once, to Flora, but maybe we can talk about that when we know each other a little bit better. Sure. Okay, and let's say, when did the bookshop open? Buckavoy Books has been there for over a decade now. Are you a fan of literature? Not really. I am. I never took you for the educated sort. A mistake on my part for sure. It is always nice to meet a fellow enthusiast. The book dispositionaries in the district are in a shocking state. Nothing but grimy, lurid booksellers, and nothing of note from local writers. I enjoy foreign literature, but I feel with how the publishing industry operates, it's hard to notice the books that were created in our towns. Buckavoy has a thriving literature scene, but is dying because of this influx of exotic, lightweight fiction. We both know I don't need to work, but a man has to have a hobby, and if that hobby is meaningless, then what's the point? Buckavoy's golden age was once cultural, music, books, opera, but now our industrial might swells, well, while our souls shrivel. I might just be a lowly bookshop owner these days, but stocking this place with the books I love means the world to me. Does that make sense? It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I'm glad we talked about this. And we also got him up to the middle affection. Okay, look at the time. I simply cannot linger any longer. I've slept on the chaise lounge upstairs before and my back did not thank me for it. Okay, so once again, it's just the detective in here. Evening, barkeep. Evening. We're here to answer any of your questions. Okay, let's serve him a drink. Would you like a drink? Oh, that's a negative. Did he not like the cold winter? Okay, let's try the wake-up call. Because he said he liked coffee, didn't he? Ah, perfect. Well, as perfect as a crime can be. I'm prepared to answer your questions. Yeah, now we already got him with that one. And we've got some affection. I wonder if we can ask him about his fiancée again. Okay, so he won't talk about that. See if he says anything about this. Okay, so good work, bartender. I'm willing to test this theory, but you'll need to provide me with a clear motive as well. Keep working. I'll see what I can dig up. Okay, so he's willing to go with it. We'll show him this too, because he said dig up, so maybe he'll find out more and he can come back to us. I don't know. It's not a reasonable deduction, one worthy of running by the people she socializes with. Test them out and see what more you can learn. But you still need a solid motive for Lena to kill the victim. Let's present this one. He likes blondes. Not that rare a preference, but it's interesting in this case. Does this remind you of something we already learned? See what you can piece together. Yeah, I mean, I already get that. Okay, so we'll end our conversation there. And we will end the day. Broken Heart Killer. All of the Brokovai killer's victims have been blonde women, which Killian is known to have preference for when it comes to dating. It's possible he turns to murder when he doesn't get his way. I mean, he's been said multiple times he does not take the word no. I don't know if they can connect this to anything. A criminal collector. Peter collects debts for a living, and Natalie was in serious debt due to her gambling addiction. Peter's boss may have ordered him to kill Natalie when she could no longer pay up. Very possible. Fortune could tell me this went down there, and if any of them visited the nightcap. Okay, I honestly don't know where else we would get. Okay, I think... Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and end the day. I was able to piece some stuff together. It's already Saturday. Oh, she's in a bad mood. Claire sits at the bar but can't look you in the eye. She's quiet. You can tell that something's off about her. What's the matter? You all right, Claire? I don't want to sound paranoid, but someone is out there. Someone dangerous. What? When I left on Thursday, I think I was chased. Footsteps were coming towards me, fast, so I ran. You were chased? Maybe. I'll talk more about it later if you're interested, but for now... Okay, so that's where the demo ends. Oh, interesting. Okay, thank you for playing our demo. We hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more updates, and if you liked what you played, consider adding our game to your wish list. It really helps us out. I'm pretty sure it's already on my wish list. Your feedback means the world to us, so feel free to share your thoughts using the feedback button. All right, everyone, that was Best Served Cold, the demo. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's... interesting to see where you have to go and, combining the clues and stuff like that. Like, I'm already leaning towards Killian, just because it fits out that, he's got syringes. He does have access to syringes. He is a smoker. He likes blondes. And he, according to Carmine, he didn't take no for an answer. And he's hit on her before, and Natalie that we know of. And I believe it was also mentioned at one point, because before, when she was talking, before the demo ended, I was going to ask her about the lover boy thing, because I believe it was also mentioned that he also flirted with Clara too. And it might have come from Clara herself, but, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the demo. Do you think the full game is going to be really good? I'm also curious, because you only get 2 weeks, if this is the only case that we're going to work, or if there's going to be like multiple cases that you go through and help the detective of, and this is just kind of like the first start of it, because it would definitely be interesting to see, other cases with this. So please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.